Everybody and welcome back to Silk Oil of Morocco UK. Today we're going to talk about cleaning your brushes. Cleaning your brushes is something you need to do quite regularly because otherwise you are just brushing bacteria onto your skin. It's really important that you thoroughly clean them, and obviously after a certain period of time you will need to renew them. But I'm going to show you today my little tip on how I clean my brushes, and so far so good. I've never had any problems, my makeup's never caused a problem on my skin, and they smell nice and fresh. What you will need is a little dish, probably about 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and about 2 tablespoons of baby shampoo. So I went with a supermarket's own brand of like no-tear shampoo. What you want to do is mix the two together. They won't mix together themselves, so you will need to take one of your brushes. For example, here is a very dirty foundation brush. Mix the two ingredients together and they'll start to change colour slightly. And then what you want to do is really focus on brushing out the dirt from the brush. This combination of baby wash, obviously baby wash is quite mild, but the oil will really help to break down the gunk. As you can see, all the foundation is actually coming out in the mixture. So I'm going to give it a little bit of a rub now, the brush itself. So what I've also got on hand is a bowl of 2 bowls of warm water, one which will be for kind of in between and one more which will be for rinsing out at the end. Okay, so I'm going to bring my big bowl down onto my lap. Make sure you've got a towel on you because I love to spill this everywhere. And then you want to just rinse that out. I tend to do this routine about 3 times with the brushes so they're really clean, and you want to make sure that you rinse them really well at the end. Because obviously you use your brushes for foundation, I use my brushes for eyeshadows, lip glosses, and they can get really grimy. Going to pop that finished one into the rinse bowl, and then I'm going to move on to my next brush. Back into the mixture of the oil and the baby lotion again. All the colours coming out. It's all over my fingers, as you can see. And then into the water. Obviously the smaller the brushes are, the easier this is. Okay, and into the rinse water. Okay, and the last one I'm going to do today is just this eyeshadow brush. The foundation brushes tend to be the ones that get the worst because obviously the foundations are liquid rather than a powder. But like I said, it's definitely worth giving them, if you're going to clean them, you may as well just clean them all. So, with regards to drying them, you need to make sure that they are not in any way bending the end of the brush, because the fibres on the brush will dry in the shape that they're left to dry in. So what I tend to do is just give them all a little dry off, get rid of the excess moisture. Is just lie them flat and apart, and then let's just get them back up to dry. They normally take about 3 to 4 hours to dry properly. A lot of people put their brushes in the dishwasher. This isn't something I've ever been too keen on doing because obviously the grease from food is in the dishwasher and it's just not a particularly cleanly thing to do. The other thing we're going to wash today is my blending sponge. These get really grubby, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use only the baby shampoo for this one. You don't need the oil, that's obviously just for the brushes. So I'm just going to change that bowl over now, hold on. So I've got some of the baby shampoo on the end of my sponge and I'm just going to give it a really good massage through. Putting it in and out of the water intermittently. It squeezes out quite easily, but you just want to make sure that you're not using anything too harsh on it. The oil will not work because obviously the oil is to break down the gunk on the end of the fibres, and with the sponge you obviously don't have that, so it will just end up being greasy. Okay, so finish that one up again in the rinsing one, squeeze out as much as you can. The more you drain out of it, the quicker it will dry. So there we go, nice and clean. No more colour left on that, you haven't lost any shape, and I will leave that to dry faced that way up. So those now are sat there to dry, and in 2 to 3 hours, they'll be ready to be used again. So I hope that was helpful for you and that you can now go away and clean your brushes, and I hope they're nice and sparkly and clean. Don't forget we do a full range of Argan infused brushes on our website, from eyebrow brushes to bronzer brushes to foundation brushes. There's a whole variety, so don't forget to pop on over and have a look. If you've got any questions about the video or a question you want answered, don't forget to leave a comment in the box below and give the video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I will see you guys next week. Bye!